For flight number 3, we fly the Pipistrel Panthera across the top half of Washington State. The Panthera is a 4-seater all-composite aircraft. It has a state-of-the-art cabin with excellent outside visibility. We depart from Skagit Regional Airport, climb over the Cascade Mountains, then cross the Columbia Plateau to land at Spokane International Airport. I entered user-defined waypoints into the flight plan to navigate over Chelan Lake through the Cascade Mountains. We will be arriving at Spokane International following the ILS approach to runway 03. We will be cruising over the Cascade Mountains at 11,000 feet, and the profile map indicates a minimum clearance of just over 1,100 feet. Let's get the aircraft started. Full rich, adjust the prop, just a little bit of throttle, clear prop, and away we go. Let the avionics load up. I just have to bring up a preloaded flight plan on the Garmin 750. I'll enter the departure runway from KBBS. And enter our arrival at Spokane International. That's going to be ILS 03. And just clean up any redundant waypoints, and we are good to go. For flight indicates that this flight will take just over 1 hour to complete, 1 hour and 6 minutes. Gotta love the tower view.
Approaching runway 11. Entered runway 11, 5,100 feet remaining.
I've set our altitude at 11,000 feet, and we will be climbing out at a vertical speed of 1,200 feet per minute. I'm going to set the heading to 111 to align with the runway. And I will arm the heading on the autopilot. Checklist is complete, so away we go. I've switched on the autopilot to maintain our heading of 111. Gear up, flaps up. We'll make sure we have a GPS source on the HSI screen. And on the autopilot, switch from heading to nav. Still maintaining a heading of 111. See, we're passing through 3,500 feet with a ground speed of 157 knots. And we are just about ready to level out at our cruise altitude of 11,000 feet. I'll adjust the prop setting, the mixture, and the throttle for cruise. A quick check on the EMS panel, the engine management systems, and everything looks good. Just a beautiful evening flight over the hazy Cascade Mountains. With the tailwind, we now have a ground speed of just over 200 knots. Approaching Glacier Peak just off to the right. This mountain is part of the Cascade Volcanic Arc in Washington State. It is the fourth highest peak and also the most active volcano in the state. I'm now going to switch over to heading mode on the autopilot to follow the user-defined waypoints over Chelan Lake. Just tweaking the heading adjustment to stay over the lake. And we time-lapse the next 90 nautical miles over the Columbia Plateau. We are back to normal speed now. To catch the ILS for runway 3, we need to be at 3,900 feet at the intermediate fixed point of Jegdu. Fairchild Air Force Base and Spokane International are now in sight on the left. We are leveling off now at 3,900 feet and we are about 9 nautical miles from the next waypoint, Jegdu. The nav frequency for runway 03 is 111.1. This has been entered and I'm now activating the approach. The localizer for the ILS on runway 03 is now alive.
Destination ATIS is 124.
The autopilot is turning us to our final heading for runway 03. I'm gradually reducing the throttle to set the aircraft up for the approach speed and landing. We want to aim for an approach speed of 80 knots. We've put down the first notch of flaps at 15 degrees. We can now safely drop the landing gear. And turn on the landing lights. Still looking to capture the glide slope. We are now at the full flap setting of 30 degrees. There's a look at the lights of Fairchild Air Force Base off the left wing. And the glide slope becomes active. 4.5 mile final and descending at about 450 feet per minute as we follow the glide slope.
Autopilot is
disengaging the autopilot to fly the 1 mile final. Tiny little bounce on the landing. Good old depth perception at night. Welcome to the lights of Spokane International. And here is our Alpha 3 exit off the left side of the runway. one more look at the landing from the external cameras. Now I just have to find my way over to the West Air cargo ramp and prepare for the next flight.